Hello, my celestial beings. This is Mystic Storm here to clear the path to a new life with you. As a spiritual advisor, I help people like you to find the clarity, inspiration, and guidance they need to transform their lives. So, let's clear the path to a new life together, okay? It doesn't matter if you're starting on, you're just starting to make steps towards your goals, you're in the midst of your goals, or you have reached past that and now you're going through healing process. It's healing process through all of it, but you understand what I'm trying to say. So, yes, I hope you all are doing well. This is a video for the Capricorn New Moon, the final full moon of 2022 as we enter into 2023. Whew. Let's just take a breath for 2022. Like, where has time gone? I know time is an illusion, but like, boy, like it's just like a blink of an eye and a year is gone. And then so many, a lot of harmony. Well, this is a number 6 year based off 2022. We can't get into this, isn't the original year we're supposed to be in. Okay. But six is all about harmony, peace, love. But six energy is also tied in with the devil card. Ha ha ha. The devil card, right? And that's number because of the number 15. It's the number 15 in tarot, which reduces to six. And it's funny because the devil energy is ruled by Capricorn. Okay, so you see how like haha, whatever. But shout out to all my Cappies, all my beautiful, beautiful Capricorns. I love y'all energy. I am a Capricorn stellium with a Venus and Mars. And look, in Capricorn, and we actually do have a Capricorn stellium um, in this current new moon. So I'm going to dive into it. I did take notes. We have it broken down for like astrological movements, aspects, and planetary placements. And then we're going to get into what aspect of life is this new moon going to affect you based off your zodiac sign. So you'll be able to check out your sun, your moon, rising, Venus, North Node. You could check your partners, see what's going on. Just have a field day. Okay. Okay, you can check your Mars. We got Mars retrograde that's going on. Mercury retrograde is coming up. We in its shadow period. So you get the vibe, you get the gist, okay? So yeah, let's dive in. Let's dive in. I will have timestamps below, so make sure that you check those out. I'll also have the astrology chart link in the description box because I do not have the time to edit as much as I would like, but I do want to provide that resource for you all so you can see what I'm looking at. And don't if you don't read astrology, if you're just new into astrology, don't feel bad about it or don't get overwhelmed. I don't want you to get overwhelmed. Okay. I try to be as thorough as possible when I'm explaining where the planet is, like in the zodiac sign and the house. And then I'll also say that the house, the representation is another zodiac sign because that's the ruler. It can get a little mixed up, but that's the concoction of an astrology chart. So I try to be as thorough as possible and just let it flow. You'll pick up on it as we continue to go down this journey, okay? All right. So let's talk about the astrological movements. We have Jupiter entering into Aries on the 20th of December. And then we also have the sun entering Capricorn, which is the winter solstice on the 21st. Okay. So let's talk about the winter and what it represents. In the northern hemisphere, that's when everything is kind of barren. It's cold. And we kind of feel like left out in the cold sometimes around this time. Very dark, gloomy. Some people have seasonal depression. I know I experienced it as well. So uh, you can do you can do it's different tools that you can use to work with seasonal depression. You can always talk to a therapist or a counselor, a spiritual counselor, advisor as well. I do have uplift oil on in my shop where you can put it on yourself. It is grapeseed based, so it's very light. You can put it on your head, on your forehead. You can do it on your chakra points, like your solar plexus. Just to have that focus, that tool. It is herbed and Reiki infused, okay? And then you can also put those oils in your candle workings as well if you're trying to uplift your spirits and if you do candle magic in that way, okay? But yeah, seasonal depression, but also this is where um, I understand in the astrology community and the spirituality community where we're like, okay, um, January isn't the real calendar year, it's Aries. Because Aries is the jumpstart of the astrological new year. Yes. And we're starting to Capricorn's energy, or January in this sense, because we have Capricorn and Aquarius in January. But Capricorn to start off the calendar year, and Capricorn, it's like Capricorn is kind of saying, put some respect on my name. I had to take a pause there. Put some respect on Capricorn's name. This is Saturn's energy, and it starts the winter. I know I said on my TikTok it's the middle of winter, but Capricorn season starts winter. It's a cardinal sign. Okay, so it's the jump off. We need this energy in winter, the darkness, divine feminine energy, in order to have a good spring equinox. Aries energy. If we don't have long-term goals, if we're not setting our intentions, if we're not working with this energy to really have more structure, more boundaries, get more driven, and work and move and build towards our goals, what is growing, what is sprouting in the spring in Aries energy, which is also a cardinal sign? It's the jump off. We are so accustomed to just when we see it, the light, masculine energy. I see it to believe it, right? I said that in the divine feminine message I just did. So that one is called If I See It, I Believe It, Therefore I Create It. Okay? And I do shout out my beautiful familiar Willow in that one as well. So, yeah. We're so like, okay, what do I see physically? It's about the inner world. It's about the third eye. It's about the creation that's behind the scenes. Think about a production, like a musical production, or a movie, or it. You know how long it takes just to get to the point to actually begin filming or opening act. And people make it look easy, but the practice, the diligence, the moving forward, that's Capricorn's energy. We need this energy in order to progress in life. Okay? So yeah, Capricorn, Capricorn said, put some respect on my name. Because if I see it, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to set boundaries. If I have restrictions, I know how to work around them. Because even though there's limits, I still have an outcome. I still can see how I can get through this, how I can make it up the mountaintop. Okay? Channel it already, and we okay? So, yes, use this energy to your advantage because it's time. We've already kind of sensed this newness about us. We've already transformed. Scorpio season, right? It's Scorpio season into Capricorn. It's that leeway of like, you're in that metamorphosis in the cocoon type thing. You're kind of, it's like, yeah, so what's next? I'm going higher, higher, closer to my dreams. Okay? Come on, let's elevate. Okay. Yes. So we talked about the winter solstice and the sun entering into Capricorn, okay? And then we also have Chiron going direct on the new moon, on the Capricorn new moon, which is very prominent. Chiron is an asteroid. It's considered the wounded healer. And yes, so wherever Chiron is in your birth chart, you'll be able to sense where you might have a lot of like struggles, maybe trials, tribulations, maybe fears, anxieties. What do you have to, like, it's a theme in your life, okay, with what you have to heal from, wounded healer. So Chiron goes direct in the sign of Aries, and let me make sure. Let me click on where I need to go. Before I say that, yes, okay. So Chiron's still in Aries in the 5th house. So Aries energy is all about the I am, right? It's the cardinal sign. So with that energy, we're still now. I think we figured out more so who we are in this time. If you've been actively working towards this, or you're getting a better sense of who you are and who you are becoming. So now it's like you establish who you are, what you want to be. Now it's time to become that, to perfect, to develop that, not perfect, to develop. Okay. Yeah. So we got that going on with the new moon. So this energy is here to help us elevate. It's kind of like Saturn kind of kicks us in the high gear. Saturn is daddy vibes. Go over there and sit and do what you gotta do. You know, it kind of puts you like, ooh, let me get my ish together type feel. So with that, coupled with Chiron going direct, there may be some growing pains. Some growing pains, for sure, for sure. We do have Mercury retrograde happening on the 29th, and it ends on January 18th of 2023. But then we have the post shadow period, which then ends on the 6th of February. Okay, I just want to make that known there. So we have those, and then we're going to get into the aspects and planetary placements. So I mentioned that we have a Capricorn stellium, and a stellium is when we have 4 or more planets in one sign, and that means our energy and talents will be concentrated in this area. Like, this is where we're kind of like really fixated on collectively, okay? If you have this in your birth chart, that is something that's a theme within your world, you know, around your life, right? Um, like for instance, like what I said, I have a Capricorn stellium. So yeah, and this Capricorn stellium collectively is happening in the second house. So the second house is Taurus energy, as well as Venus. If I want to set up both the zodiac and a planet that's associated with the second house. So that's money, right? It has work, income, our daily routines, our values, our self value. How are we living on ourselves? How do we show up for ourselves? What boundaries are we putting up for ourselves, right? Mixing that with the Capricorn energy. And then it has material possessions, priorities, habits, you know, your job and work ethic. You can tell Mercury is doing something, but worth, I have to say that, worth, your worth ethic, okay? How are you ethically loving and showing up for yourself? Not proving your worth to anyone, knowing your worth and operating in that worth. And therefore, you may be raising your value, okay? You may have your, maybe climbing to the top in confidence, okay? And then it could also, yes, very well be money. You working towards money, okay? Money goals, money habits, getting more knowledgeable in financial literature, okay? And then like income increases, good for promotions. This is a good time where people can start making shifts in career, okay, or getting a new job or getting promotions. These are, you know, evaluations are coming up, things like that. Material possessions. So one thing about possessions, material things, world, you know, of the world things, I also think about the body, okay? The body is a possession. Your spirit is possessing this vessel, this body, this avatar. So it's like, how do you value your body? Is coming up. How are you going to, you know, be more healthy and aware of your health, aware of your habits, aware of your, you know, eating habits. Your what are you consuming, and consumption does not have to be just food. What are you eating? What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you feeling? Right? The senses, those are all consumptions. So what are you consuming? And with the feelings too, that's empathic energy. So if you're feeling, baby, and something's not right, empower yourself to know that you're sensing this. You can shield the energy around you. Boundaries. You don't have to take on everything that's around you, okay? I want to make sure, empower the empaths out there. Sometimes, you know, we get into the sauce, we forget, but that's why mindfulness is key, okay? So yeah, I think that's where a lot of the gist, where we're getting that Capricorn stellium. So we do, in this stellium, we have the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Pluto, all in Cappy, okay? I'm gonna put this over here. Okay, great. So the aspects of the Sun and Moon in Capricorn in the second house, we did say the second house energy is Taurus and Venus energy, and then actually Capricorn rules the 10th house, if we want to get there. So yeah, with this, it's conjunct. The sun and moon are conjunct. I'm over here probably giving too much information. The sun and moon are conjunct. They're close together. That's what makes the conjunction. And when the sun and moon are conjunct, that creates a new moon. So a new moon is dark in the sky. You will not see it until like a little slither of moon, and that's until we approach the full moon, and that's when the sun and moon are in opposition on different sides of the astrology chart. Okay, so yeah, and then we have this, the sun and moon, they're square with Jupiter and Aries in the fourth house. Okay, fourth house is Cancer energy as well as the moon's energy as well. So, with that being squared off, Jupiter is all about expansion, wisdom, travel, because this is Sagittarius's energy. Okay. Also, wisdom, studying up, higher learning, spirituality. Okay. So there might be some conflictions here, or you might buckle down on um, these areas. You might get a little bit more disciplined in those areas, because squares, I mean, there's tension, but it can be change. It's the changes that you're making or you're trying to implement in your life. And as far as it expanding, I think of what how we plant a seed, or we start something and we expect it to be perfect or fully grown or sprouting, within a couple of days. I feel like time is the restriction more so, because yeah, and it has to do um with time, because we have, it's earth energy, but fourth house energy is also like our emotions, for sure. How we feel about making these changes. We might have um reservations, or also doubts, maybe a lot of doubts around making these changes. Um, Also, with femininity, maybe we're restricting a lot of the receptiveness, the softness, the calmness, the nurturing aspect, while we're trying to implement these changes in our career and our values, and also like our habits. I think the takeaway here is also having balance within the masculine and feminine aspects. And I also feel like this tension, like you may be reaching burnout a little bit a little bit more than usual. So making sure that you're aware of how you feel, right? And when it's time, like maybe you need to take a longer time to rest or recoup. Okay, that's fine. Capricorn's energy is all about consistency. Consistency. Okay? So it's like, just because, hey, I didn't go to the gym 3 times a week, I went two. Does that mean I throw it all away and I don't go to the gym again? No. You can be innovative, okay? And I think that's the key. That's what I want to get into now, the innovation, especially with health. It makes sense. Um I'm jumping around to the points that I had, but let me go where I am. Oh no, I'm cool. So we got, let's see, Venus Venus and Mercury and Capricorn in the second house. They're conjunct, as well as Mercury and Pluto are conjunct, okay? So we have Venus and Mercury and Capricorn. They're trying with Uranus retrograde and Taurus in the sixth house. Okay, sixth house energy is Virgo's energy. Um, yeah, as well as Mercury's energy. So that's actually pretty cool as we're approaching this Mercury retrograde. Things are slowing down because we have to think about it. We need to engrave this in our minds. Mercury retrograde is actually a good thing because this is a good time to recalibrate the mind, do some reconstruction in the neural pathways. Okay, so it's about how you work with the energy. Okay, don't let it consume you as much. Sometimes we can get swept up, but again, mindfulness, mindfulness, mindfulness. Okay, so we have again Venus and Mercury and Capricorn in the second house. They're trying with Uranus retrograde and Taurus in the sixth house. Okay, and being innovative of how we're going to show love to ourselves as far as in our health and in our fitness, or actually taking our what is value to us and making it a priority in our lives. Okay, being more open and not rigid. Okay, because Taurus energy can also when once we get the blueprint, it's like a waterfall environment versus an agile environment. Okay, if you're doing like project management, so a waterfall environment is just like it's just streamlined. This is where we heading. That's it. If we got a bump in the road, we bulldozing over it, and if it's messed up, oh well, collateral damage. Damn. I'm like, this is so, but an agile environment, okay, you can constantly make edits, and maybe it brings you to different detours, and it may be not the expected thing is the prototype. It's something, it grows and expands for the better. Okay, so that's what I'm getting with this energy with Uranus retrograde and Taurus in the sixth house, and Uranus retrograde is also conjunct with the North Node. Okay, this is where we're heading. This is where we're heading. And this is harmonious energy. Trines are more harmony, more at peace, less tension, or it might just flow really well. Okay, so this is good. And then we also have, let's see, we got Mercury and Capricorn in the second house, sextile with Neptune and Pisces in the fourth house. We did talk about Jupiter in the fourth house, but that was in Aries. Sometimes houses can take up multiple zodiac signs. Okay, so don't get confused there. So with Mercury and Capricorn, and we are approaching that Mercury being retrograde, how are we thinking about these? This is actually Mercury going retrograde in Capricorn in the second house is actually really good. It's time for us to reevaluate, re-edit, re-look at how are we approaching our money, how are we approaching our career or our business, how are we approaching our long-term goals, how do we have structure, how can we implement these better structures in our lives, how can I set better boundaries for myself and also for the people around me in an act of self-love. Okay, so in the hiccups that come along with Mercury retrograde are triggers or nudges to signs to help you, like, what do I need to work on? What is the lesson in this happening to me at this moment? Okay? So we can work with this energy, okay? So keep that in mind. And while it's being sextile with Neptune and Pisces, the Neptune is or Pisces is Neptune's, the planetary ruler of Pisces is Neptune. There we go. And then, so Pisces has to do with healing. I do love to say that first, because it also has to do with the subconscious, endings, mystery, things hidden, shadows. Okay? So, but in all that, there's healing. Okay? Even if people being mysterious or shady in the background trying to hide stuff, the truth will be revealed. Okay? Just saying that. And that might be what's going on here. A slither of truth will be revealed. Okay? Maybe a veil of disillusion will come off. Um, maybe you probably didn't have as much clarity on how you wanted to progress in life. Okay, this is a good time for you might find more clarity in the end of confusion and disillusion and like escapism, trying to get to the heart of addictions. And addictions do not have to be just food or alcohol, drugs. It can also be our relationships to anything. It can be romantic, platonic. It can be relationships to money. Your relationship to money, right? And Venus is here in the second house with Capricorn. What's your relationship with money? Okay, I think we'll get a lot of clarity on how to progress. It's up to you to utilize this energy. Okay, so we have Pluto in Capricorn in the second house. It's sextile with Jupiter in Aries in the fourth house. So Pluto has to do with transformation. It is ruled by the eighth house, and Scorpio is the planetary ruler of Scorpio is Pluto. Okay, I don't know how I can't say it the other way, but with this energy being sextile with Jupiter in Aries, there's, even though we might not see the process moving in a faster rate as we want, it's still operating and it's still growing us. We may not see the growth, we may not see it happening, but it will emerge. It will come up into the physical realm, or maybe you'll see it internally first before others will begin to see the changes in you. Okay, so just because people around you don't see that you are making a change at this time, don't don't feel like a failure, or don't feel like you're that might be what's also going on, not getting the recognition that you deserve or that you feel like you need at this time. The recognition will come. The recognition will come. It's about just keep going, because if you were supported, what would you do? And I feel like Capricorn's energy and Saturn's energy, it's that moment right before, like, I'm getting like, because that also 10th house energy has to do with fame, right? Fame and fortune. And it's just like, think about these people's stories that are, famous or celebrities and things like that, how they had to work towards it, how they didn't give up, how people told them they wouldn't do it, how they weren't capable, and they still pushed through and they did it. It's like that's the energy. You may feel defeated that we're not getting the recognition, we're not getting the views, we're not getting the likes, we're not getting the clients, we're not getting that right now. But the moves that you're making in this dark period, people will soon see. And this is the time for development. I love it. I love it. I love doing this, y'all. And I'm like, I love this shirt. It's like, I love the spider webs. I love spiders. I even have the spider web glyph on my hand for create. Create. Weaving. This is all about the mind too. Mercury's energy. And then also it gives me Wheel of Fortune vibes. If I see it, I believe it, I create it. Okay, this is all tied in. I love it. I love it. Okay. So we talked about Pluto and Capricorn, sextile Jupiter, and then let's see. Okay, we also have Saturn in Aquarius in the third house, squared with Uranus retrograde and Taurus in the sixth. Okay, so Saturn is the planetary ruler of Capricorn is Saturn, but Saturn is also co-ruled with Uranus actually with Aquarius. So Aquarius's co-rulers are Saturn, that's the ancient ruler, but Uranus. Saturn and Uranus. Aquarius. Okay. So that is interesting. So it's like the ancient ruler is squaring off with the more modern ruler. And I kind of see it's like traditions. Capricorn energy, Saturn energy has to do with traditions, rules. We doing it, right? But Aquarius's energy is about freedom and molding. And so it does have that, yes, we're going to get things done. We're going to have this structure, but where is this leading us to? How can we morph this? This is looking towards the future. This is Uranus's energy. So with the square off, there may be tension within society, within our way of thinking, especially with this Mercury retrograde coming up. Um, yeah, how we're thinking about progressing forward when it comes to our our goals, our habits, our health, our fitness. It might be tension here. We may want to go to the drawing board. We yes have a good foundation, but modify. We don't have to do things like we did before. If it's not working now, damn, don't force it. Okay? Just like when you do yoga, or if you fell off and you have to dust off the cobwebs, if you're a vocalist, if you're an artist, like if you're starting back something, it's gonna take some time. Be gentle. Be gentle with yourself. Okay? That's where that tension is like. It's that frustration because you want to push through. You got it. You got this energy is ready. It's hot and ready. You ready to jump off. It's cardinal energy, but it's the receptivity, right? It's the receptivity and the feminine energy. That's what's missing. So taking that time to have that balance is going to help during this time. Yes, it's time to work. It's time to get things done. It's time to plan. It's time to prepare. But also, it's time to love. It's time to be loved. It's time to receive. It's time to, yes, be open and free and fluid and just energetic and vitality. Yeah. Okay? So don't be hard on yourself. Consistency. Capricorn is the long haul. So it's just like, if you got all, all this time, or it's, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna be lazy with it? Are you just gonna say, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it this? Now it's different if you're saying, hey, I don't have the energy for this right now, so but I am doing it tomorrow. Yes. It's that versus keep pushing it, keep procrastinating. Okay? It's all up to you what you do. Okay? It's all up to you. Because I can say, yeah, this is going to happen to you, this is going to happen, da, 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 da. But if you don't put no action to it, if you don't, I'm here, if you just sit on your ass, this is somebody, this got to be ancestor spirit. If you just sit on your ass, what you going to do? What's going to happen? How is this going to come in your life? Okay? Faith without works is dead. Did I shake the table? Yes, I did. Saturn ain't coming to play with us. Oh, goodness. Okay. We talked about North Node conjunct with Uranus. So I'm going to keep going there. Mars retrograde is in Gemini in the 7th house. There's no aspects going on with this, but I want to acknowledge it. We have been talking about it. It is going on until, I thought I had put it down, but I think January. I'm going through my resources. Yeah, it goes direct on January 12th. Yeah. To February 1st. I think also maybe that shadow period. So it's probably done by February 1st. Excuse me. But Mars retrograde again in the sign of Gemini is the mind, right? Thinking, communication, early learning, community, versus like Aquarius energy, like global, right? So we have that, but it's the relationships we have. How do we communicate? How are we thinking about relationships? Okay, with the 7th house energy, because that's Libra's energy. And Gemini is also the lovers in tarot. Okay, that the planetary ruler of the lovers is Gemini. That's the twins. You say twin flames. Okay, so there might be some heatedness going on between the twin flames, but it's all about communication. How do you communicate? And yes, you might be very passionate about something, and twin flames, or you can say soulmates or partnerships, because it's not just romantic relationships. Again, this can be business, especially with Capricorn's energy. Okay, we're talking about career and business and all that stuff. Business partnerships. There might be some new beginnings there, or it may be like a false start. There may be some turbulence on getting the launch going. Okay, just making sure you take time to think things through, to process, to try to find different innovative ways to go about it. I think everything will be fine there. If this is like a romantic relationship, communication, shedding old concepts, how you view relationships, how you view yourself in relationships. Are you empowered, or are you the victim? If you were the victim, how can you now be empowered to not create that narrative for yourself? It's time to create a new story. It's time to step into that new chapter. Okay? So it might be a false sense of like imposter syndrome. Definitely some imposter syndrome here. Like, am I worthy enough? Am I good enough for this relationship? And am I worthy of making this business deal? Can I live up to this? Can I do? Yes, you can. Have confidence. Have faith in yourself. All will be well. Okay? And then I also want to mention, I gotta stand up. I done got my, oh, there we go. I had to stand up. Couldn't do it. Black Moon Lilith, okay? Black Moon Lilith and the vertex, they are in Cancer in the 8th house. 8th house energy is Pluto's energy, Scorpio energy, so that's transformation, death that has to do with endings, occult, spirituality, and a Cancer. So our focus or our deep desires right now as a collective is to heal, is to purge out these emotions, is to like our cellular makeup. Deep down, I feel like we're transforming this. We're adapting to the changes of the environment around us. Okay, and we are going to have fortune in that. We're going to have this was the focus. Vertex, hold on. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. Vertex in astrology. Okay, the vertex is considered one of those points in our chart signaling events that happen to us through no effect or will on our own. Okay, so it's life occurrences we can't control. So the vertex being here in the 8th house in Cancer, so there's going to be a big shift, a big change in the collective. So 8th house is death, okay? So transformation, it could be death as in physical death, it could be endings, okay? It could also be, let's see, inheritance, shared finances. This still has to do with money, and Cancer is the home. So maybe people, this is ancestor work here. Cancer energy can also be ancestors. So you might be inheriting money at this time. There may be changes there. It's out of your control. Goals, it has mystery. Partner resources. This is all a part of the 8th house energy. There's something emerging. There's something happening. Also, intimacy. Intimacy is here. So it's a lot that goes on. 8th house energy is also like, it's kind of like, dang, okay, everything's up in here. We got money, we got finances, taxes. We also got sex and all that stuff. And then we also got death. So it's kind of like, oh, it is. That's funny. It is like opposition or the sister or the higher octave of the 2nd house. So that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So yeah. So these changes that are happening, it's a deep desire that is happening within the collective. Black Moon Lilith, and for that underlying subconscious desire, the transformation is emerging within the collective, and it may be a little chaotic because life circumstances, like especially like with water energy, we have been having a lot of like tornadoes, hurricanes, as we approach the new year, February, and all that. And that's prime tornado season, storm season. Okay, so pick water with Cancer. Storm, I'm getting a lot of Yemoya, but Yemoya is the nurturing side. We probably gonna need her. Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's what's going on. It's the swift changes, it's the destruction, it's the chaos that has to tear down in order to build the foundation. This is giving me Tower and Tarot. Okay, the Tower card and Tarot. So there's some breaking down of the systems. Yeah. I'm hearing it's this song called Road Opener by Lava. And then this one part is, are we prepared for the rise of an empire? And are we prepared for the fall of a system? Everything we known was a lie. Pack myself up to the roots of the crown. You know, it's just like, are we prepared for a rise of an empire? This is where we're going. This is where we're working towards. And are we prepared for the fall of a system? Everything we known was a lie. Mercury retrograde. The traditions, Saturn square Uranus. Wow. So we are definitely, as a collective, as it's some big changes that are going to happen, that's setting us up. This is kind of like the blueprint for 2023. I would say this is the start, and it's like it will, as it is emerging, it's morphing, it's going to continue to grow, and we'll see how this will develop and transform into. I'm actually kind of like, I wonder what's happening next, but I haven't gotten that far. So, but that's why we come here, for the new and the full moons. And then we also have some other like pick a cards or other astrological events that I come on here and talk about. So yeah, we're on this ride. We're going to take this ride together, and I'm here for it. Okay. So I can't believe I talked about the chart for dang near an hour. So, but I am going to go into the zodiac signs, because I do want to tell y'all um, what aspect of life this may affect you the most in, on top of what I talked about collectively. Okay, so we're gonna start soon. I'm going to take a sip. Woo. So we're gonna start with Capricorn because it's y'all's energy. 55. All right, Capricorn. This is your reading for the Capricorn full moon. The house that this is going to affect you the most is the 5th house. So 5th house is Leo's energy, so it's all about romance, love, you know, play, creativity, birthing, like fertility. What are you bringing in, you know? And then also joy, spirit, like the inner child, and then like how you're expressing yourself. And this can also be drama, because with heated passion could come, there might be some drama when it comes to you trying to make changes in some aspects of your life, or you're trying to make boundaries in some things. So just be mindful of that. Okay. So we're gonna get into the tarot pool. I am using the anime tarot, so I am excited. I think this is the first time I use it on the channel, so yeah. Spirit, what additional messages, what guidance do you have for Capricorn? Yeah, the sun. Leo's energy. Literally. Okay. Everything we talked about just now, this all applies. And this is also giving me like half faith that you are cultivating a new life that's going to bring more joy, more happiness, and better relationships and partnerships in your life. Okay, so whatever turbulence that you may feel, whatever tower moments you may have within some relationships, make sure you try to communicate the best way possible, as well as come to a common ground. And if you have to, release. If you can release to let go of the partnership, or release to let go so that way the partnership can evolve and progress. Okay, but definitely have faith that everything will work out. Okay. Um, I was gonna do an archetype, but I don't think I'm gonna do an archetype. Okay, okay. Let me do it. They said do it. Put it like this. All right. This is for Capricorn. Okay. This is Eros. This is giving me like pearl energy. This is like the central. This is, oh, it's on the lips too. Like, yeah, knowing the power that you have of your tongue. I'm getting also watch how you speak to yourself and watch how you speak to others, especially what are you calling into your life. I think that's the main message, because you might be robbing yourself of some joy. Okay? Yeah, so making sure you're aware of that. I think that's will make or break this energy for to make sure that you're going and stepping and progressing in a positive and healthy way. Okay? All right. I got you, Spirit. I understand. All right. Next, we're going to do Aquarius. Okay. Aquarius, this is your reading. So, the house that's going to affect you the most is the fourth house. Fourth house has to do with Cancer's energy. That's home. That's foundations. That's the feminine energy, emotions. Okay, this can be also ancestors as well. Let's see, children, motherhood, self-care, family. Okay, so this is going to affect you the most there. So also you may have to find more structure into your home. You may have to cleanse your home. You may have to maybe take more time for yourself. You may be pushing and moving and ripping and running, but making sure that you make sure that your cup is filled is paramount. Also, the ancestors are calling you, making sure that you spend time with your ancestors, venerate your ancestors. If you want to start an ancestral altar, this will be a great time to do so, especially at the start of the calendar year, or preparing for the calendar year, And then also, being receptive. That working with that masculine and feminine energy within you is really going to make up a great combination for you to create what it is that you're wanting to bring into your life long term. Okay? You can't have one without the other, right? So let's get your tarot card. Thank you. Six of Cups. Six of Cups. This is the nostalgia card. This is definitely can be childhood memories. So you may be revisiting some childhood memories at this time. Nostalgia can be a good thing or a bad thing, or it can be on the lighter side or the denser side. I should say it that way. And you may have to do some healing, some nurturing to yourself as memories are coming up. These are here to emerge, so that way you can heal, and that way you can progress forward on your journey, because these might trigger you and bring up stuff, so that way you can clear that out, so that way you can continue to go towards your goals. Six of Cups is also past life, or past life love connections as well, or past life partnerships. So I'm making sure that you keep that in mind too, and that everything, your connections are valid in this moment, and to remember to work through them as best as you can, communicate as best as you can, and all will be well. Okay? And let's get your archetype. Yeah. The shadow. So going within, maybe, yeah, you might have to do some shadow work for to work towards your come on, it's calling me. Hold on, I can't talk right now. Okay. You may have to do some shadow work on, these past memories that come up, that might be facilitating your healing. Definitely some inner child work that probably has to go on in conjunction with the shadow. And once you do that, once you work through that, I will be well. But healing is a lifelong journey. Okay. All right. We're going to get into Pisces next. Okay, Pisces, this is your reading. So the astrological house that this new moon is going to affect you the most is going to be the third house. So this is Mercury's energy, Gemini's energy. This is all about the mind, thinking, communication, also being social, and how you're interacting with other people, your siblings, your community, and also early education. So you may be wanting to start a new career. You're needing to brush up on some skills, or look at the skill sets that you need and work towards those goals. So just being open to that. You may have to maybe communicate and talk to your siblings. There might need to be some healing there. There may need to be some endings, or things may be brought to the surface. Okay, so just being mindful of that, and also being gentle with yourself and with your siblings at this time, while you're probably working through some things, some trauma. Okay, so we're gonna pull some cards, or Two of Swords. Indecisiveness. You probably have a decision that's weighing on your heart, or this might be a lot of mental conflict. Mental conflict that's going on, again, with the mind. So just know you don't have to make a decision right now, but it is good to go into solitude and work through that, and process what's been presented to you. Okay, I would say you probably are prone to like shutting down, or like shutting people out, or like ghosting, disappearing, things like that. But I think this might be a situation that you really can't hide from. But if you need time to process and think, especially with Mercury retrograde approaching, make sure you voice that. Okay, don't create more tension than you should. Okay. All right. This is from the archetype. I want this one. Yeah, the tear. The tear. So this could be meaning that there might be some releasing, some shedding that you're going to have to do, and the shadow is here. You might have to do some shadow work, right? Yeah, a lot of shedding, a lot of releasing, a lot of healing, maybe a lot of anxiety too that might be going on in your life. Shadow work and or going into solitude to heal is definitely here on the table for you. Um, Again, being gentle with yourself during this process, because with the indecisiveness, weighing out options with Mercury retrograde, the mind can lead you into a dark space. So I want to send you balance, harmony, okay, at this time, Pisces, as well as knowing that you can go within and nurture yourself, as well as knowing that things will be, um, clarity will come, and you don't have to make a decision until you find clarity, until you process and work through and heal and nurture yourself as much as possible. Okay. Ashe. Ashe. All right, next we're going to get into Aries. I just thought about it. I ain't leave say no emojis or nothing. That's fine. We can start now. It's fine. Aries. All right. And look, it's like, oh, see how I just said, like, you're starting, but yeah, the agile environment. I feel like that's in the Capricorn going into Aries season, in the sprouting, like, oh, this, forgot about this. Let's do this. Bringing something to light. All right. Aries, you're in the second house. And second house energy, that's where the new moon is. So that's where, since you are the jumpstart, the astrological jumpstart, you have the second house energy as well. Okay, so this is really, yeah, you making this money, you raising, your value, making sure that you believe in yourself, okay, that you can accomplish your goals, and that you're able to really acquire and receive all the blessings that spirit has for you. Okay, that is definitely here. Again, there is can be some tension, as I displayed or expressed in the astrological forecast. If you jump straight to this, I would suggest looking at that as well. Okay, this one, yeah, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is your tarot card here. And with Queen of Cups, Cancer energy, this is like your emotions have to be intact. They have to be in tune. You have to be willing to be in the state of flow as with this energy in this time of you working on your finances, your value. That definitely is water energy, because second house, even though it's Taurus, and Taurus is earth energy, the planetary ruler is Venus, and that's water energy. So Queen of Cups, making fluidity, being open, agile environment. Okay, agile environment is creativity, right? Being creative and innovative, and knowing that you are powerful, and you're fertile. This is giving me like Queen of Cups is kind of giving me the Empress too in the major arcana. Okay, this is the archetypes. Okay. Okay, I heard the one in the middle. The prayer. The prayer. So Spirit is saying stay prayed up. Also keep the faith alive. Making sure that you pray over your finances, that you pray over your self-love and your confidence, that you pray and shield your energy, your aura, your home, all these things. Also praying over your routine. You may need to get a routine going for devotion and prayer, or sitting at your altar, right? Yeah, water is definitely like devotion, spirit realm. So Spirit is saying maybe connect with me more, and if you connect with me more, then we will provide you with the tools that you need to go forward. Okay, I love that. I love that for you all. Okay, we are moving along. This is Taurus. Okay, Taurus. This is your reading for the Capricorn New Moon. The house that will affect you the most is the first house. So this is the I am. New beginnings are on the horizon for you, okay? As well as you might have a new sense of self, or you may want to recreate yourself, your approach to life, your style. You may want to change some things around. Definitely working through maybe some body goals, working on loving yourself more, body positivity, all that stuff. So I love that for you. So we're going to pull your tarot card. And this is Princess of Swords in reverse, okay? So with this, with the mind, because swords is mental, and with that energy in reverse, there may be some conflict within this new sense of being. Okay, you have to get like your subconscious on board, and right now you might be in a state where you feel that you have to prove yourself, or you have to be out there in order, you have to show face, you always have to be around in order to be seen. But this is saying no, 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 no. Yes, these new beginnings are here before you, but you will be seen and recognized by the people. You'll be put before people that you can communicate with and build relationships and connections with. So take your time. Everything's gonna be okay. You might even have a little anxiety going through this, or you may feel like very antsy, very pacey. Just making sure you take time for breath work. I feel like that will be beneficial at this time. Okay. And your archetype card is, I want this one. Yep, the Crone. The Crone. You're going from the Princess to the Crone. Okay, so there is wisdom here, definitely, for sure. In this new journey for you, is taking those lessons and those wisdoms and the messages that you're getting from the divine and applying them to your life. Maybe you are ignoring your intuition at this time, and Spirit is saying like you have it inside of you, but you maybe are resisting it. Okay, resisting the new beginning of stepping into um, this new era of maturity and wisdom. So don't be afraid. I'll be well. I know it's kind of hard to change with that fixed energy, but change is inevitable, and I feel like embracing it will give you the prosperity and abundance that you're wanting with that with the crow on the coin. Awesome. Okay, Gemini, you are next. I still ain't do the emojis, y'all. I'm flying through. It's okay, because I feel like those downloads was enough in the beginning. Okay? All right. Gemini, this is your reading. You have the area of life is the 12th house energy for you. That is Piscean energy. That is reconstructing your mind. I feel like reconstructing your mind, healing, healing old patterns, mental patterns, mental blockages, choosing healing, you know, working with maybe affirmations might be very good for you at this time. There might be a lot of endings going on in your life. Also, finding closure, finding peace, maybe working more with your spirituality, but will be really good at this time. And I feel like Spirit is calling you to rest more with the King of Wands in reverse. I feel like you have a lot of ideas, you have a lot of passions, you have a lot of goals, and this is a time to prepare. Maybe write things down, think about it, ponder all these things, but it's not necessarily time to move. You are very adaptable, and sometimes adapting and morphing can be tiresome. So, making sure that you stay true and authentic to yourself is also a message, and also returning home, returning within, returning to yourself for guidance, returning to yourself to regenerate, recalibrate, restore, restorative energy for sure. I'm seeing like the Four of Wands in tarot also. That's meaning to rest, okay? So let's pull your archetype. Okay. It's this one at the bottom. The self. The more you focus on self, the more you radiate from within. That's where you get the jewels, the gems, the downloads. This is how you can be a lighthouse to others as well, is working on self. So yeah, definitely it's time to take some time for self, to rest, to heal, to recalibrate, and all will be well. Okay? Awesome. Okay. Cancer, you are next. Okay, Cancer, this is your reading for the Capricorn New Moon. The area of life that you will experience this the most will most likely be the 11th house. The 11th house is Aquarius energy, as well as Saturn and Uranus's energy as well. So that's groups, that's community, that's the world, hopes and wishes, desires, technology, also the future. So you got the future on the brain, okay? And with this, I feel like with the future in mind, I feel like you're going to be more hyper focused on what's going on around you, and you're going to make the necessary changes to break free from any limitations. Okay, even though Saturn is about limitations, but you can set the limits. With Aquarius energy, that's the rebellion. It's like, oh, you thought you can tell me what to do? No, I'm going to do this anyway, and you know. So writing your own rules, I feel like that's the vibe that you're on. And maybe you've tried this method, that method, this person's opinion taking on you, probably taking on everybody else's. It's like, no, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. Okay, so I'm here for it, Cancer. You know, I feel like Cancer, you know, think about everybody, you know, especially with the home, family, everybody. So it's time to think about, it's about you, right? What do you want to see for your future? We're going to pull the tarot card. Yeah, Five of Cups. Five of Cups. So yeah, it's definitely some maybe past like despair, some hardships, all these things maybe in regards to friends, family, social groups, things like that. And it's time to put the focus on the future. It's time to put, you know, how are you going to move forward? What are you wanting in your life? You know, maybe things didn't work out or pan out the way that you wanted. That's Saturn's energy. So yes, okay, you learned the lessons. You got, you know, all these things. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to create with it? Okay, you still have, you know, in the Five of Cups, 3 are spilled, but 2 are here. What are you going to do with those 2 to amplify, to make it more, to still choose peace, and then be open to love, be open to all the possibilities that Spirit has for you, because rejection is God's protection. The tower falls, the storm comes that you have to go through in order to reach your blessings, your 10 of Cups, your 10 of Pentacles, like the World card, all that stuff. So, yes, it's okay to grieve. Yes, it's okay to feel. But also know that this isn't the end. It's merely the beginning. Okay? I love that. And then we're going to pull the archetype card. Okay, that's her bottom. The cave. Yeah, it's time to go into some solitude. This is hibernation mode. This is what winter is all about. Definitely taking. Ooh, yeah, I didn't even see the eyes there. Yeah, taking. What's the windows behind the eyes? The shadow, right? Mm-hmm. Finding your. I'm hearing finding your voice through your solitude. Finding that knowing that the power that you hold is stronger than any outside circumstances. And you should not let anything or anyone dim your light. Okay? Okay, my Cancers, I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, we're going to move on to the next one. Y'all can tell that first part of the astrology, the channeler, got me. Okay. But we almost done. Okay, Leos, this is your reading. The area of life will be the 10th house. 10th house energy is Capricorn's energy for this Capricorn New Moon. So that's going to be amplified for you as far as your long-term goals. You're really going to be thinking about this. You're really wanting to progress and move forward. And with your sunny, bright personality, and you can radiate and shine a light into everything to know how to move forward. With shining a light too can also be a hyper focus. It can also could lead to perfectionism. So be mindful. Be mindful of that, okay? I feel like you're wanting things to progress and and you're wanting the recognition, but it will come. Just be patient. I'm getting like temperance in tarot. Things are in the works for you. Just wait on it. I want this one. The lovers. The lovers in reverse. Yeah, some imbalances. Definitely. Well, that was weird. How did that flip? Anyway, okay. The lovers in reverse. So yeah, definitely some disharmony, some disbalance here. It can be within yourself or within different partnerships on how you're wanting to progress. So making sure that you take time to meditate on these things, process these things, communicate all these things, so that way you can work around them. You may need to set some boundaries within relationships or with yourself to develop a stable routine. Okay, and then we're gonna pull the archetypes. Okay, the orphan. Yeah, so this might maybe how you feel. You maybe feel abandoned. You maybe feel like nobody gets you. You maybe feel like you're going through these changes and working towards your goals, but you're feeling like no one is like progressing with you, and you're losing a lot of friendships, a lot of partnerships, and I feel Spirit is saying, like with the self at the base of the deck, it's time for you to heal yourself, to work on yourself, and you know, knowing that relationships are reflections as well. So there's no one to blame, but to have better understanding on how you can better yourself. You will develop better partnerships. If that's your goal, you know, I feel like your goal might be to cultivate better relationships, and you can have the harmony that you want by working through this sense of abandonment and working to heal and grow from that. Okay. All right, my Leos. I hope you enjoy. We're gonna move on to Virgo. Whew. Okay, Virgo, this is your reading for the Capricorn New Moon. The area of life that this will be affecting you the most is the ninth house. So, ninth house energy is Sagittarius' energy. So, this is all about wisdom. It's travel. You may be traveling, you know, more at this time, or you're wanting to plan trips or planning to move, you know. Also, wisdom, maybe reevaluating your faith, your beliefs, questioning your faiths and beliefs at this time, um, in order to see what's faulty or what needs to be worked through in order to, you know, progress. And I feel like this really has to do with self, like self development, you know, spirituality, self wisdom. So yeah, those goals that you're wanting is going to help at this time. So it says art, but this is temperance. This is perfecting or developing your craft. And I keep switching from perfection to developing because it's a craft. It's no perfection. It's just, you just keep, you know, developing and working towards it. And then with this temperance in reverse, I feel like you may be a little hard on yourself, like what Virgo isn't probably. So this is like being patient with yourself, taking time to develop, slow things down, let things brew and simmer before, instead of just throwing everything in the pot, you know. So letting things, also that also means taking in the wisdom and applying the wisdom, and then you get the understanding more and more. How can you do it in different ways? You know, I feel like we try to gain so much where it can be more simplistic than what it needs to be. Like, it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be simplistic, and you can there's different avenues that you can go with that. So being creative, art, right? Interesting. All right. This is the archetype. The warrior in you. This is blending all aspects of life, not compartmentalizing yourself. This is the transformation that's happening in order for you to heal, in order for you to really create the life that you want. Okay, it's really opening up your third eye. You may be going through a Kundalini awakening as well, or maybe you want to tap into serpent energy, maybe draconic energy if you're getting all into that. But yeah, I see a lot that is in store for you, Virgo, as far as, but just being gentle with yourself while you're developing. You don't have to, yes, you're a warrior, but you don't have to, you don't have to push through all the time. Like, it's a balance. It's a balance. So I hope that you are enjoyed, and yeah, we're gonna move to Libra. Like, I'm definitely like, I'm pushing through, because I'm like, I can't believe I've been on here and my I was already kind of not in the zone. That's okay. That's all right. We're gonna get into Libra, because after this is 2 more. I got y'all. I'm glad that I did this. I was not going to record today, but this is gonna set me up for the week. So I'm happy. All right, Libra. This is your reading. And the area of life is going to be the 8th house for the Capricorn New Moon. And so this is all about transformation. It's all about changes, tapping into your spirituality, maybe even your sexuality, getting more confident in yourself, and also paying attention to like baby debts, karmic debt. Also too, maybe prominent right now, you may be reevaluating what has gone on, or you can see how they might be playing out right now for you. Okay, so we're gonna pull a tarot card. Yeah, 7 of Swords. So this is all about, sneakiness, deception, as I said, sneaky behavior, cheating. Also, so that can be like karmic, or all this can also be imposter syndrome. How you are changing and metamorphosizing. You may feel like you're not who you say you are, but you're just kind of faking it till you make it type thing. And maybe that's what you have to do at this time as you're going through this transformation, because you probably don't believe it to be true all the way. And this is where it ties into having faith in yourself, embracing this change, and stepping into this person that you're becoming. Okay? All right. And then we're going to pull the archetype card. Yep, there we go. The Shaman. Come on, Libra. Stop playing with yourself. Imposter syndrome. The Shaman. You are definitely a healer. Yeah. You may even talk to the dead, or, the dead try to talk to you. You may be a medium. Okay. Definitely this transformation is here for you to heal yourself as well as the planet. Interesting. So it doesn't have to be like you don't have to be like shaman, but you can heal people in a multitude of ways. Okay, you don't have to be like spiritualist. You can be a writer. You can be a public speaker. It's different avenues, So, but if you find my channel, more than likely, you a shaman. But okay, I hope that you all enjoyed, Libras. Yeah, and if y'all didn't check out the astrology forecast in the beginning, I want to say, I guess for you all, go ahead and check that out. It is a lot of gems in there because I feel like y'all probably need it too. All right. We're going to go to Scorpio. All right. Let's go with. Yes, yes, yes. Scorpio. This is your reading for the Capricorn New Moon. The area of life that will affect you the most is the 7th house. This is all about relationships. So, how do you value your relationships? Do people value you in your relationships? Are you possessive? Are you obsessive? How can you work on that? What are your habits? Are they healthy? Are they addictive? You know, the Capricorn's energy too. Again, that's the devil card. They, you know, it's long term to lock it down. Okay, so you may want to work through that, right? And it definitely could be relationships to money too. You maybe indulge a little too much, things like that. But things to consider, right? So then this is your tarot card. Yeah, Prince of Swords. It's like the Page of Swords in tarot. Very flighty behavior. Yeah, very flighty behavior. So baby, when it comes to relationships, you run, you leave, you ghost, things like that, or you're avoidant, right? And it's not in a mature way. It's more of a the pages are, you know, children. So you can be a little immature in this area, or your way of thinking about money, career goals, relationships, things like that, especially, is a little immature. Yeah, it's like no boundaries here. I heard the 50 Cent song, I love you like a fat killer cake, you know my style, I do anything to make you smile. And yeah, that's cute and whatever, but it's just like, it's no discipline, no boundaries, just very indulgent. And then it's nothing wrong with indulging, but when it becomes unhealthy or obsessive, right? How can you work towards that? And then you get avoidant because it might be brought up, or you know, you're flighty because you feel this way, or you don't want to feel. You haven't really addressed how you feel, so it's just addictive. Like you really don't want to, really maybe don't want to make these firm commitments and attachments, and you like you like nah. So yeah, a lot going on. So making sure that you look into that, look within self, see what needs to be addressed and established, and work towards making it a more healthier relationship, you know, aspect. The Queen, honoring the feminine, respecting the feminine, okay? Making sure that you care for yourself, yes, at once, but also embracing your sexuality too as well. Opening up to new different things when it comes to sexuality, I'm also picking up, but also respecting the divine feminine as well. I feel like, especially with the Prince of Swords with the Queen, I feel like it's a power imbalance here, especially when it comes to relationships, and that's why maybe you feel intimidated by someone, and it causes you to be avoidant. No, like you can learn from the Queen, you can learn from the nurturing of the Moon. Just tap in, just be open to receive, and I feel like all will be well for you. Okay, my Scorpios. Okay. All right. We're going to get into the final zodiac sign, which will be Sagittarius. I'm like, ooh, I'm happy. Okay, Sagittarius, this is your reading. So the astrological house that will affect you the most for the Capricorn New Moon will be the 6th house. Okay, 6th house is all about Virgo's energy. That's the health, fitness, it's organization. So you really gonna be fixated on this, especially with your energy too. So I feel like this is a good time for you to prepare, write things down, create systems, all these things. But remember, take things slow. It's not a race. It's a journey. So just be open and don't be hard on yourself. Being gentle on yourself will be key. Okay, this is your tarot card. 6 of Wands, yeah, 6 of Wands in reverse. It's that man afraid of the getting your recognition, like the consistency. If you're not getting validated or seeing results, you may want to back down. But it's like, if you will be supported, what would you do? If you knew that the results would be around the corner, are you going to be consistent? Are you going to step up? Okay, so not looking for validation or physical rewards all the time. Just knowing that you're doing this to better yourself and know that it's coming. It's coming. Having that knowing that it's on the way. Again, we got the warrior. Okay, you can work through this. You can fight through this. You can push through this. You are perseverant. Okay, and these changes, you have to see it. You have to know it. You have to believe it to be true. And it's coming. So don't worry if you're not getting the recognition. Don't worry if people aren't putting respect on your name. They're gonna put respect on your name soon enough, and then they wish they would have did before. And by that time, it's just like, hey, I knew it. I believed it, and therefore it's here. So I love that for you, Sagittarius. I hope that you all enjoyed. I am happy I got through this, and I'm happy that it will be uploaded for the beginning of the week, closing out 2022 well, and I'm here for it, and I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.